What's up? I'm Vindictus, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. Gonna continue where I was going. I'll probably do that little streaming idea maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. Don't know yet. But we'll go with playing generally. What's up, Lily? You getting in the lap, huh? Okay, you gotta fluff me up first, huh? Am I not soft enough? I guess I'm not soft enough for her. I thought I was pretty fluffy when I need to be. Apparently, you must think that I'm not fluffy enough. I'm not playing with my keyboard or anything, okay? I don't mind when you sleep on my lap. It's awfully cute when you do that. What's funny is when I leave, she'll be waiting at the door and she'll greet me. It's kind of cute. Only part that's aggravating is that she likes to walk slowly in front of me, so I almost trip over her. Hissing and meowing at me at the same time, too. It's like, no, you're walking too fast. I kind of wish I knew what she was saying when she's doing that, but... She didn't do it. We ain't missing anything, huh? Sitting on my lap, are we? Yeah, but other than that, my day's been pretty good. Dealing with a few other things and all that good stuff. There's a lot involved in making content and all that. Still trying to get my stuff figured out for the possible endorsement deal thing that I got going on. Kind of ran into a problem. And I'm trying to get them to fix. So actually, I need to probably check on that. Been applying for some voice acting jobs too. Nobody said yes yet, but I mean, I got all the equipment and everything. I might as well try to do it. I have a live version of this too, but it says intermission on it, so I don't use that. But I do have a live version of one of these. If I covered up the intermission part, I could probably use it, but it clearly says intermission on it. Kind of wish they wouldn't have included that. I didn't think about asking him for one without, but kind of wish I did now that I could always change that though. I could always put like my name or something on it. And just cover up that area. I might try to experiment with that and see if I can't get that one being able to be used too. I'll have to do some modding to make it work, but let's see if she'll do it this time. Nope, she didn't do it this time. She doesn't always do the special thing that the special attack thing she has. And I figured I'd enjoy my day and do some streaming and all that good stuff. Keep myself busy while possibly entertaining somebody else. That's all cool. I thought about coming up with topics if I get enough people to talk to me and all that. Or at that point in time, I can talk about that or whatever it happened to be, but that's something probably for later. Of course, I got my video day tomorrow, so I'll be busy with that. That, I don't think I can stream that. I probably could, but it'd be make my video creation stuff very difficult to do. But, because I'd have to edit every single one, but. I mean, I have the editor and all that. It's just the time required is the part that would make that kind of suck. No, most of the time when I do my videos, it's usually first take, too. Unless I have a little bit of a blunder with what it is I'm trying to say or whatever, but. Nope, nope, she didn't do it again. It usually takes a few tries before she'll do it. I hate the way some of the mobs take and run from you, too. Drives me nuts, as far as that goes. I always seem to shoot those all the way over on the other side over here, for whatever reason. Well, there for a second, I thought I got something that was from somebody. That's something somebody else got. It's kind of cool how they do that, but it's also kind of a little bit of annoying too when you're seeing those messages all the time and other things. As far as that goes, looks like I need to push that over a little bit. The way you have to direct your character and stuff kind of makes it hard sometimes when if you have something you have to adjust on another screen if you have more than one like I do. A lot of times if I look this way, I'm looking at the other screen I got. My main screen's right there and my other ones. I think that's everything. I got my cat sitting there laying on me too. Yep, knocked it over there, just like I usually do. Should be getting done with my journeyman on my armor crafting soon, which will be nice. Then I'll just have the goldsmithing or whatever. Then I can go to the professional and then be done with it, which will be nice. The way I don't have to necessarily pay for the higher armor, I can end up making it. So that'll be nice. Sorry, Lily. It's all good. Get off me. Oh, yeah, okay. Did I move too much? One of these times I'm going to get her to do that. we did all I can on that one. Also move on to the next one. Let's see if that guy's on that I was talking to a while back. Yep, he is. Let's see what he says. Oh. Alright, well, he was there. Might as well say hi to him and all that stuff. course, it's kind of hard to keep in contact with that guy because I have so many different characters and I play all these different games. So I kind of look around every so often if I'm on or whatever. At least say hi to him or whatever if I see him. She still didn't do it. Yeah, just busy doing my thing. Got a few new videos I'm probably going to need to do tomorrow. As well as my other stuff, possibly. Don't know yet. I gotta check to see if that guy's messaged me back yet or whatever. As well. No, not yet. I did get a friend request though. Got a few things like that I gotta deal with later. I've been leaving my Discord on too, so should be on my Twitch panels as well, by the way. On this game, I don't technically have a main either. By the way. That's why you see a different character almost every time. It'll be nice once I get all this crafting stuff done. It takes a long time to grind it if you're gonna grind it. I'd rather do it now than mess with it later, so. But, yeah, it does take a while. Of course, most games are like that. It's no fun if it isn't. That's kind of the point, isn't it? Looks like she's taking a nap. I'm getting close to the point when I want to take one too. Actually, I am getting pretty tired. I've seen something over there for a second. And I've been streaming periodically. I've been trying to keep it to about an hour, and then I'll take a little bit of a break and then do it again. But I've been streaming most of the day for most of these days so far, without any real issues. It's become a little easier now, but, well, I haven't been doing my motivational poetry. That's usually when I start having the issues, but might give me a piece of candy, actually. Looks like one's down here, probably. Yep. Yeah, probably around a candy. Or a couple of them. Got some Werthers. Try to find a coffee flavored one if I can find one. There's a coffee one. Let's see. Bad thing about it is a couple of these are sugar free, so I don't like the sugar free ones very much. Accidentally got those. Wasn't trying to get those. I'll have to go through that a little bit more to find the other ones. Because there's some cocoa ones too, but I can't seem to find those. Picking out the ones I like. That's what I'm doing. I was craving some coffee anyway. I might end up having to do a dual video too for somebody on Rohan too tomorrow possibly. Got somebody requesting that, actually. I think I've talked about that already, though. Still waiting for that one guy to send me a message. This guy. Looks like I'm cleared that one. Move on to the next one until I run out of what it is I have the ability to do on that character. Okay, moving on. And I actually live in kind of a small town, actually. About 25,000 live here, where I'm at. That's about as big as the town is. That is. We have a couple big cities close to us, though. About an hour to 2 hours away. And usually around school season we get a little bit because we got a couple colleges here. In fact, our town is actually one of the best. Our main school is one of the best schools for learning to be a teacher, actually. We get a lot of foreign exchange students and stuff here because of that, as well as a few other things that our schools offer here. I have a pretty good Votech here too, actually. Just a little information there on that, but other than that, it's a pretty small town. We don't really have that much happen here. About the most you'll get is a redneck revving his engine while he's driving his beat up truck. That's about most you'll get here. As far as action goes. that's that's probably one of the most common things you see, but we do have a pretty big bar scene though, kind of. Sort of. We got quite a few bars here, I know that. We used to have a decent music scene here too, but I haven't really heard anything about that in a while. We got a couple of nice parks and other things too. Actually, we have one of the best. I don't know if you've ever heard of frisbee golf. Our town actually usually holds the uh, uh, bigger last part of the competition because our frisbee golf courses are actually, we have 3, but they're some of the best in the United States, I know. There's people who come all over the world just to play frisbee golf in our frisbee golf. Oh, we have a. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, there's a. I think they called it the Dirty Kansas, but there was one where they do the bicycling. They actually come through our town. Why that goes on? We have usually that's they actually block off the streets and everything. One of the most prestigious bike races as well is held here. I think that in the competitions for that, actually on the frisbee golf, I think it's the what would be considered the World Cup or whatever. If I'm right, I might be wrong on that part, but I know it's a big deal when that happens. Especially in the parks where it's going on, you'll see quite a few people in that area or whatever. I think they call it something else though, the bike race now or whatever. I know they talked about not doing it here anymore, but it's like this is where it was founded. if I remember right, or something like that. And it's kind of a big deal on the bike race thing too. In fact, I think on that in those days they actually closed down the entire downtown area. In fact, I think one of them's getting ready to happen soon. I think the frisbee golf thing should be happening pretty soon, actually. Within the next couple of months. Because it's around about the time that they would do that. Probably a little closer to fall at time, but well, it's not too hot, not too of course, I think the race thing is going to be soon. They usually happen pretty close to the same amount of time. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, other than a lot of the companies that are in my town are usually number one in the company too, which is kind of cool too. But nothing hardly ever happens here, which is cool too, because you know, being able to walk your streets and not worry about people messing with you and stuff. It's kind of nice. Wrong way. We don't really have any major stores here, though. Other than like a Walmart, but that's normal. We have a few unique ones that are particularly, you know, done in our area, but we've got a few vape stores and stuff too. We don't really have too many things special other than those particular events. Oh, and that, besides having some of the best water. But other than that, oh, and I think if I remember right, I could be wrong on this too. But I know my town founded uh, Memorial Day, if I remember right. I think that's right, or Veterans Day or something. I know it's one of those. One of those two. My town's the one that actually founded that day. I know that because there's a big old sign as you enter the town, actually. It's the only reason I know that. We got a few important people's houses here too, or at least as far as for this town particularly, we have a couple houses that are founding members of certain things, and they uh, preserve the house to commemorate that person, or however you pronounce that correctly. I know we got a skate park, and I know they're talking about making another one too. It makes me wonder if they're gonna actually do it or not. The one that they made that was done previously is kind of a little small, but of course also I think they said that they weren't gonna do it. I can't remember. I know there was talks about it though. The only other thing is Teachers Hall of Fame is about the only other real big deal that we got here as far as that though. That I can think of that's a big deal, but got a couple brewing companies here too that aren't that bad. They actually do their distilling here and actually make it at the store. You got a couple of those too. Trying to think if there's anything else. Can't really think of anything else right offhand yet. Got a few food producing companies and other things like that too. As well as like pet food, plants and other things like that. But mostly our news is kind of boring. Except for some of the surrounding areas are kind of bad, but you don't really have to travel that far to get what it is you're trying to get for the most part. That's one thing I kind of like. It's kind of centrally based, sort of. We got a lot of hicks that live here, though. You don't want to just come walking up on somebody's door in my neighborhood. You never know what's waiting on the other side of that door. We got a lot of ranches and stuff out here too, actually. I was delivering mail. There was places I didn't even know existed. The back roads had back roads. I didn't even know. There's like places I had to go that I'm like, uh, how do I get here? You know? Then getting out there, like, oh, okay, how the heck do I get back? You know, it was pretty bad for some of it. That was when I was doing the country routes, though. It's like the boondocks got boondocks. I didn't know that out here until I did that. It's like, whoa, okay, well, I got a little bit more respect for that. And oh yeah, Google, don't tell me there's a road when it's a farmer road. That pissed me off about Google. Show there's a road, get to the road, but there's a gate. The only thing Google knew is that there's a road there. Or there was another one I found that showed a complete street, but it wasn't a complete street. there was a bridge that was there, but they took the bridge out. But on the Google Maps, it still showed that the bridge is there. Which was a little frustrating because that one was a boondock one. So I had to go around like, if I remember right, just to get to that spot, I had to go around 10 extra miles just to get around just to that spot. Or maybe more. Could have been closer to 20 actually. But we actually do have quite a few farmers that are in this area too. There's fields everywhere. If not fields, pastures for cattle and other things like that. And it's like that all the way around us. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Not really. I'm probably going to call it after this one. So I can take a little bit of a break or whatever. It's just easier for me to end the stream and start another one later than leave it away from key or whatever. So that's what I do. I just stream for whenever I can, at least for an hour, and stop for a little bit and then start doing it again. Yeah, you can catch me periodically throughout the day. I don't really have a set schedule, but most days I do. I'm not going to say that I do it every day, because I believe I didn't do it yesterday, but... Of course, I got my sponsored game going on, so that's the main one you're going to see right now. It's usually how I do that. So if I ever get this guy with the endorsement thing going, that'd probably be the main one you see me playing during that point of time. I might still do some of the sponsored games too at the same time though, but other than my video days, which is usually somewhere between Friday and Sunday, which that might be changing on some of them. The one that would be really hard for me to do is the daily series ones, but might try to make it to where you can watch it live if you want to. I'm thinking about trying to do that. But then again, you're gonna see the me starting, ending, starting, ending, starting, ending. Like my little intro and my outro, but then continue afterwards. I'll probably explain that when I go to do that one, but then I can have commentary and other things in the middle of it. Because this does have a feature to where I can record as I'm streaming, so I could easily do it. The only problem is, instead of short little videos that I just got to clip each one, I would take and have a big video that I have to clip each spot. Wouldn't be too hard to do, but it would require a little extra time on my part to be able to do that, but unless I recorded them as I went, that's the only other way I could do it, but don't know. We'll figure out how we're gonna do that, but that would actually make it to where I have a little bit more streaming time, actually. course, some of my videos are kind of time sensitive, so I don't know how well that would work, but that's about the only thing that I would encounter as far as problems with that. It's an idea that I don't know if I'm going to go with or not, but well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So until next time.